Hello YouTube, and here we have my Cyber Dragon deck profile, which this is just a casual build. I don't have the more used cards these days just yet, but I am looking at getting them. But yeah, it's a pretty good, fun, casual build, which can interrupt your opponents quite a bit. I find it's quite fun to use, so we'll just go ahead and get into it. So, of course, you first want to be running your 3 Cyber Dragons, obviously the main monster of the deck, and bringing in 3 Cyber Dragon Core as well. This one, with its effect, is just completely necessary for the build. You also find I'm using 2 of the Cyber Dragon Via and 2 Dry and 1 Zwei. It keeps a good ratio of Cyber Dragons in the deck. You can also pitch them to the graveyard using Foolish Burial, and also gain the effects that you need. So especially with Via, being able to special summon when you actually get another Cyber Dragon onto the field. I'm running 3 Galaxy Soldiers. Very, very handy. Most monsters in this deck are light, so you'll find that you're able to easily get this onto the field, and in some cases even get more than one at a time, especially for the likes of Cyber Dragon Nova and Infinity. I'm running a couple of hand traps. I run 3 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit and 1 Effect Veiler. I find it clogs it up too much if I have too many in there. These are the only ones I have. I don't actually have Ash Blossoms yet, but be ones I am looking into. And then moving on from that, I have a Kaiju package. So 2 of the Juzakiru, 2 of the Gamma and 1 Radian. So obviously, just to try and interrupt your opponent, being able to get onto their side of the field, it can be quite effective. Also, with Juzakiru being a light machine type monster, it does blend quite well with the extra deck monsters in this. And obviously, running off the front of that, we need 3 of the interrupted Kaiju Slumber, and with your Cyber Dragon Core, you ought to be running 3 of the Machine Duplication. Obviously, to get your Cyber Dragons out onto the field and being able to make those extra deck plays. We're running 2 Cyber Repair Plant and 2 Instant Fusion. Also have 2 Power Bond, obviously for the extra deck monsters here, but being able to use your Instant Fusion to get your level 5s out, and also Cyber Repair Plant gives a bit of recycling so that you can get the right monsters to your hand. Quite good for getting Galaxy Soldier to your hand if you've got some extra monsters in your hand to take to the graveyard to get a special summon onto the field. I'm running 1 Cyber Rev system. That's actually because it's the only one that I have. It's very, very handy for making sure that you have a Cyber Dragon on the field that if you want it protected, and also being able to get that extra special summon. 1 Kyoto Waterfront. If you're needing to get a if you've got a monster that you need to get rid of on the opponent's side of the field, being able to put a few counters on this and getting that Kaiju to your hand can be very handy. Limiter removal, trying to get that OTK. 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 Overload Fusion, just for the extra deck fusions there. So pretty self-explanatory. And then the last 2 we have Cybernetic Overflow. This is quite helpful if you have quite a lot of, with all the different types of Cyber Dragons in there, with the different levels, it can be quite handy. And Cyber Network. I don't find myself using this very often, but it's something I'm probably going to take out. But I find for the amount of cards in the deck, it actually makes it quite helpful. Now, moving on to extra deck, we have 2 Chimera Tech Mega Fleet. This one, as you probably know, is very good for getting rid of those monsters on your opponent's side of the field, the extra deck monsters, and it can be an absolute boss to take down their monsters. 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, 1 Chimera Tech Over Dragon, 1 Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, 1 of the Cyber End Dragon. Now these are for your instant fusion targets. I've got Invoked Raging to be able to put your opponent's monster face down, and also Panzer Dragon as your light machine type fusion monster. And also, if this does get destroyed, you're able to target 1 card on the field and destroy it. That'll do it for the fusions. Moving on, I am running 2 Cyber Dragon Nova and 2 Cyber Dragon Infinity, just in case your opponent does try to interrupt you a bit there. And then I'm running 1 Hit Shitingen, 1 Decode Talker, and 1 Borrowload Dragon. Now, part of the reason for the Hit Shitingen is because I don't have Cyber Dragon Seeger yet. That would be replaced with that once I actually get that. And then obviously with the other monsters on the field, we can quite easily creep up into the Decode Talker and Borrowload Dragon, just using those extensions to link climb. And obviously it's just this whole aspect here is to interrupt your opponent and then just try and take them down with the high damage. So that'll do it for the deck profile today, but hope you've enjoyed it. It's quite good fun. Very, very casual build, but definitely a lot of fun to go ahead with. Let me know in the comments if you guys like what I've got here, and if you want to see anything else, yeah, leave a comment and I'll give it a go. Thanks.